Okay, go.
Hey Debbie, this is Ellen. Thanks for saying you'd watch the house while I'm gone next week. I know you said you'd water the plants, bring in the mail, and make sure some lights are on so it looks like someone's home. But if it's not too much of an imposition, could you also make sure the mobile over the crib isn't tangled? Otherwise, the baby's just going to get bored. Who knew having a child would be so much responsibility? I think the SEX question is something that all people, not just parents, fear. You can't forget about the older siblings, the babysitters, and the teachers. I mean, I'm just a teenager, and you wouldn't believe how many times I've been asked that question. And as much as I'd like to say I'm the best at answering it, I'm probably the worst. How to Explain Sex to a Child by Ellen DeGeneres. I'm just joking. I don't have a baby. I would like to have a child. I really do. And I think about it every day, and every day I change my mind. I think that part of my dilemma is that even though I want to have a baby, I don't want to have the baby. I can't imagine having the baby. I mean, giving birth is just so much pain. I know it's a beautiful child you end up with. I'm aware of that. But I want a new washer and dryer. I don't necessarily want to have a new washer and dryer, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, I really don't care to explain in any more detail. And I don't need a baby growing inside me for 9 months either. I know that a woman glows when she's pregnant, and that sounds really neat. It really does. But I can get a pretty good glow by a steam bath followed by some assorted skin creams. And also, the part I really don't understand is when a woman joyfully talks about feeling her baby kick. I particularly don't like the feeling of being kicked. I don't like an outside kick. Why would I like an inside kick anymore? But I would like to have a child. So one day I want to adopt a baby who needs a loving home and be the mother who will adore him or her. And I'd like to teach it important things. I think I'd make a great mother. I'm great with kids. I know this because I'm the godmother to a precious 2 or 5-year-old little boy or girl. I'm not really aware of the specifics. She, if it's a girl, or he, if it's not a boy, if it's not a girl, would always have to wear a helmet and would be confined to a crate somewhere by itself. I think my best quality as a mother would be my ability to explain complex ideas simply and to the point. I think all parents dread the old "how are babies made" question. I know my parents had trouble explaining that to me. Mommy, Daddy, how are babies made? Well, Ellen, honey, there's an egg. Like a chicken's egg? No, smaller. Like a robin's egg? No, much smaller. You see, Daddy gives Mommy, there's a papa bear and a mama bear, and the mama bear has the baby in her tummy. So I grew in a bear's tummy? No, but if you were a bear, you would have. So I'm not a bear? No, you're a little girl, silly. So where did I grow? In Mommy's tummy. How did I get there? Daddy gave her a special sauce. Like McDonald's? Who knows? Maybe. I like McDonald's. Good night. Good night. Sleep tight. I know that I could do a much better job answering that question than my parents did. Other people sense this too. In fact, not a day goes by where somebody doesn't ask me, Ellen, how do I explain sex to my child? And the more children there are, the more explaining there is to be done. By sex, I mean, of course, sex. You know what I'm saying. There are many different types of sex, but for the purpose of this explanation, I'm just talking about, sex. In other words, you might have 2 consenting adults, a pound of confetti, a coconut, and a very thirsty yak. And what they do might be very spiritual, fulfilling, and beautiful, but it's not something you would necessarily care to explain to a child. So, okay, I think we've defined our terms, so let's get on with the explanation. What you've got to do is just explain sex simply and to the point. You just say, when you get older, you're going to meet somebody you really, really like. You maybe don't even like them a lot, but at least they don't bug you too much. You could say that there's a papa bear and a mama bear, and the mama bear says, where is that papa bear? He hasn't been home in a long time. He says he's working extra late at the pretzel factory, but I don't believe that lying grizzly. So she hires another bear, a detective bear, and the detective bear shadows Papa Bear for a week. Then he tells the Mama Bear that every night after work, that Papa Bear goes to the same hotel room. Well, Mama Bear decides to give that lying grizzly a big surprise. So she goes to the hotel, kicks down the door, and there in the tub, sipping champagne, naked as the day they were born are... no, that's probably not good. There's the queen bee, and she likes her honey. So she's in her hive, and all the male bees are buzzing around and saying, ooh, baby, I feel lucky tonight. Or you take a big tub of milk, a big tub of butter, 2 or 3 eggs, a dash of vanilla. No, I'm sorry, that's not 6. That's my recipe for French toast. I mean, at least I hope that's next. And you know what? I think the best way to go about it is just to let the child watch cable TV. So, in conclusion, that's how I would explain sex to a child. I sincerely hope that I've been of help, and excuse me, but I'd like to go for a short walk. It's suddenly got very hot in here, and I've developed a craving for French toast. The end.